The August the 11th procession is to commemorate one of Saint Spyridon's most famous miracles, which was when the Turks were besieging Corfu. He was seen to come down out of the sky with a host of angels and besiege the Turkish camp. And just at that moment, a tempest blew up and completely wrecked their camp. And so the Corfiots then managed to counterattack and drive the Turks off. And this is one of Saint Spyridon's most famous miracles. All these people are sick or suffering in some way or another, and they're waiting here in a line on the ground until the procession returns to the church. In the old days, the saint's casket used to be actually carried over the top of them, but now they carry it to one side. And in this way, these people hope that the saint will answer their prayers and be cured. We always used to treat this as a sort of holiday, and we'd come in from the villas in the country where we lived, and I'd make myself sick on ice cream, and we'd have a marvelous day in the town with everybody else in Corfu. Now, when I was a boy, you used to be able to actually see the saint's face. But I think perhaps he's not weathering very well now, because I see they've covered it up with a veil. But I think perhaps he's not weathering very well now, because I see they've covered it up with a veil. The origination of the Corfu bands is very interesting. When the British occupied the island, and they had a garrison, of course, in the fort, and they had a band. And so, out of politesse, every time they had the saint's procession, the British used to allow the band to march in the procession and play tunes and so on. Then they got a new governor of Corfu, who was rather a stickler for protocol, and he informed dear old Queen Victoria that this was taking place, and he didn't think it was a very good thing because it wasn't the same religion as Great Britain. And so they forbade the band to play in the procession, whereupon the Corfiots got so indignant that they clubbed together and bought their own instruments and formed their own band.
Saint Spyridon was born in the island of Cyprus, around about 270 AD. He died at the age of about 80. According to one tradition, a scent of attar of roses was smelt in the vicinity of his grave. And this attracted the attention of the inhabitants of Trimithous, who dug up his body and found that it was still in perfect state of preservation. For this reason, he was considered to be a saint until Cyprus was taken by the Saracens. After the fall of Constantinople, the body was taken through the Turkish lines, hidden in a sack of straw. After 3 years wandering, Saint Spyridon was brought to Corfu in 1456.